Welcome to another episode of Why Didn't They Laugh?
And I want to finish.
This is going to
at
be
my
part
piano.
2 of This is a Brain on Comedy.
So
We're just going to talk music and comedy and theory in the brain, and it's exciting. I think that's one of the main jobs of music, is it alerts your emotions as to what to feel. That's happy. That's sad. Happiness and sadness is determined by moving your middle finger, which is kind of funny. Like, that's clearly not happy. It's called Moonlight Sonata by Beethoven. You can't possibly think that's something good is happening there. Where it's like, I just got a raise! I'm coming again! I used to do soundtrack jokes where I wanted this song to play every time I got an erection. Or this every time I had an orgasm. Just, oh God. Like, we all remember that, and then that feels like an orgasm. There's something, I guess comedy is partially just being very honest, and also some sort of contradiction. With my style of comedy, the best thing for me is love songs that are absurd, that are so honest that they're absurd. I never knew you liked me. I never thought you cared. I was gonna touch you, but I was scared. I thought that we were just friends. I thought that was the case. Until you texted me a winky face, and I said ha ha, and you said hee hee. I said come over and make out with me, ha ha, hee hee. This isn't funny, this is more just like cool blues that I've discovered. Like Closer by 9 Inch Nails. You let me violate you. This is that. If you could do that with blues, I remember hearing that song and thinking, that's blues. Those are blues lyrics. It's about pain. It's about wanting to fuck someone so bad and knowing that you're consumed by it and it's ruining you. Help me, I've torn apart my insides. Help me, I've got no soul to sell. Help me, baby, you make me perfect. Help me think I'm somebody else. I wanna fuck you like an animal. And then it's a different song. It's just context. You want to feel safe in a pattern that you understand, but you also need breaks from that pattern or else you get bored. Like Mozart appeals to a 5-year-old or a 9-year-old because he's good at complexity and simplicity, like Allegro. Can't get any simpler than that. It's just if you just kept doing that, it'd be very boring. So he changes it up, and then and if it just stayed boring, and then he goes. And then people are getting used to that, and then you change it. Nobody said it was easy. Oh, it's such a shame. After breaking that, you go back to the. He's literally going back to the start. It's back to the comfort. That's what you know. And then if there's a band, this is when a drum beat kicks in. I was just guessing numbers and figures. All those layers add. It's you establish a comfortable area where you feel safe, and then you change it, but then come back to safety. Comedy, sex, music, it all has the same thing in your brain. Like bang on a balcony or something, but then go back to fucking meat and potatoes that you know and you love, and then change it up a little bit and then go back. And another interesting concept, there's a lot of great metaphors in music, that a single note can't be dissonant. A dissonant is like a sound that doesn't sound right. Like that obviously feels uncomfortable, and one note alone can't be dissonant. I find that amazing, that everything's relative, that sounds fine also sounds fine. Together it sounds like shit. In comedy, there's a comedy type of song. Like sometimes I'll just take tweets, like I wrote some of these down. Like I'll just take tweets and read them to music, and it's funny if you do the right song. It's this song. Why do girls making duck face get mad at me when I throw bread at them? And then, because it allows people to know when the punchline is. If I was like, why do girls making duck face get mad at me when I throw bread at them? It's not funny. But you could use Moonlight Sonata in another way with comedy. If you used it with, when I die, please, someone, anyone, my last wish is that you delete my browser history and clear all bookmarks. It's a very serious premise of your dying wish, and then make it stupid but relatable. No one wants to know. No one wants everyone to know what the hell they were looking up. If I'm ever on death row for my last meal, I will eat a pound of corn kernels when I'm electrocuted. It is fucking hilarious. The time of the, like, think. So sometimes when you see divas in art, you know, someone who insists on having their way, it's a good thing, because if they didn't, they would just fall in line with the system. And the system is the dark side, you know? Art is Luke Skywalker, and falling in line with the system is Darth Vader. But, as we discussed earlier, the irony is, you gotta be kinda with the system, or else it sounds weird. There's no system there. Every great politician says, we need change, and then they don't change that much. Similar in music, where you like that because it sounds like, this is just a scale. Scale, do one. I'll show you what the system means. Okay, you can improvise within a platform. That's in the key of D. So, I can literally play anything. Like, I'm just making this up. It's canon in D as a bass, but I'm just making. But if you break the system, it sounds like shit. That's why always be wary of people that say they don't believe in rules, or anarchists. I did a joke once that the problem with the anarchist movement was bad leadership. All music, all comedy, all sex, all social interaction, everything has a set. And if you want to be a rebel, if you want to be an artist, if you want to blow people's fucking minds, you change at most 1% of what you're doing, or else it sounds like shit. Everything's a metaphor. This is also an Einstein thing, but field theory. Sometimes I back myself into a corner of men do this, women do this, and it's not sex, it's gender. And gender is a choice. You can do whatever you want. Metaphors and categorizations aren't bad, they're actually necessary. In music, in everything. Even at a subatomic level, you don't know where an atom is or where an electron is. You have to guess the probability of it being there. You can't put a person in a box, but I find that if you generalize things, it makes people feel better about their actions and they relate. This is my soap opera music guy's bit about how this music will play in a woman's head for no reason. And fights will come out of nowhere like, are you hungry? I'm like, no. She's like, where did you eat? I'm like, I ate at Wendy's. She's like, Wendy's? Who's Wendy? And this is what's in a man's head. And you see couples light up because they're like, oh, that's like us. And that makes people fight less. And that's what I like to do in comedy. I like to make people see that human nature highlights the differences. And that's not great. We look so much at what makes us different that we forget that we're 99.99999% the same. Gonna stand there and watch me burn. That's alright because I like the way it hurts. Next song, same album, Eminem. I'm not afraid to take a stand, take a stand. Everybody, it's the same fucking song. Another album. Everybody said airplanes in the night sky want shooting stars. I really need a wish right now, wish right now. My first joke I wrote on the piano was this. It was just called a ball rolling up a hill and then down a hill. And I'd go. It's really, really high level comedy. And I'd look around and be like, and now it's rolling down the hill. I thought that was hilarious. Good melody doesn't move around a lot. Like, it's like all within this much room, or even a like. I heard that you settled down, that you done and you're married now. And then the big change. Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best for you. Don't forget me, oh baby. It's all like, and I'm using that again as an example because you always picture it being so big. Yeah. Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best for you. You notice that? Just a small town girl living in a lonely world. Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best for you. Just a city boy trying to fucking it's the same song as Adele. I just figured that out right now. It's all the same. I think we as people need to highlight our similarities more than our differences, guys. It's just like music. Just like music. Little Eminem. If you had one shot. He's using dissonance right there to show struggle. It's just like that's struggle. Same with same as Jaws. Get out of the water, there's a shark. Get out of Detroit, there's poverty. There's a shark in the water and there's poverty in Detroit. If you had one beach and it was plagued by a shark that had a taste for human blood, do you kill the shark or do you keep making sequels until you make billions of dollars? Detroit, Jaws. All right, subscribe to this shit on iTunes. It's called Why Didn't They Laugh? I'm Owen Benjamin, and I love you on a level.